evening. Hello, hello. What a scare. I couldn't load the flippin' sim. Oh. Yeah, I heard some other people have issues as well. It says unable to... Oh, actually, too many... Was it too many players? Too many players requests or something? Server unavailable. You gotta be kidding me. Anyways, here we are. We've made it. We're in the sim. Matthias, you too. You cannot load in. I tried like 3 times, and on the third time, it finally managed. So let's see. Mark, hello to you. Yoda, Flugspiel kaputt, yeah. As always. Hello to Matthias. Hello to Patrick. Hello to Peter. How are you doing? Howard. Hello, hello. Svenja, nice to see you. Cargo pilot, hello. And Nico, you flying London to... What's Echo Golf Yankee? Is that like Guernsey? Jersey, right? And flying fiber vector arm. Okay, you also said it's loading as well now. What do you mean? My latest... Are you on it? Are you seriously like? These are the latest specs. Yeah, I haven't changed it for ages. Yeah, Jersey it is. Okay, I don't remember correctly then. Cool. So one more thing here. Let's have a look here. Okay, hang on. Let me have a look. Right, that should be the correct one, but let me get this camera set up correctly. And you can see I am using the Winwing. What's it called? PAP 3 or something? PAP 3, I think so. There we go. It says on the channel description, still says info. Okay, interesting. Channel description. Yeah, I need to change that then. I will change that. Oh yeah, so I did jokingly say this is the "Don't Tell My Wife" Winwing PAP 3. Yeah, I waited like 4 months, 5 months, something. Yeah, and I managed to smuggle this in yesterday. My wife was on the porch, and I smuggled it in through the front door. she doesn't know. She's not found out yet. So happy life. Oh yeah, cool thing. I also managed to get it set up with another cross beam, which I can really quickly take off here, and I can also then mount the A320 panel here as well, which is nice, and it doesn't obstruct my view to the monitor, which is great. Hey Nanak, how are you doing? Right, so I just want to pre-file my flight plan to get on VATSIM. So what are we doing today, guys? We are flying from Buenos Aires to Santiago de Chile, and I'm going to change this to live weather, and I think it's going to get a lot worse. So we are going to go absolutely... Oh, hang on, live weather. There we go. So live time and live weather. Here we are, and that's what it actually looks like. Hey, Roy. So not that pretty, if I'm honest. So let me just file the flight plan, and then let's go. Yeah, East Midlands weather. Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah. That does come to mind, doesn't it? Hey, Iowa Scotsman. What really is? Now, the last couple of days here have been so beautiful. We've actually went cycling for 2 days. Not as much as Yoda, but so my wife, she's got a electric bike. I've still got a conventional muscle power bike. But yeah, we managed to go about 65 kilometers in the 2 days. Not that much, but I mean, it was just beautiful in the countryside here, just south of here. It's beautiful. So it's not really, it wasn't really a, how would you say, a kind of a fitness cycling. It was literally just, you know, free time enjoying. Hello, Lilo. Maybe they are releasing SU3 right now. Huge update. Okay, I guess that's rumors then at the moment. The thing is, SU3, Lilo, you would know, and maybe someone else who's knowledgeable here. So SU3, I mean, it's all online, isn't it? So let's say they actually come out and say, yeah, we've published SU3. Does it take more than just restart of the game, or hey Fischkopf, moin, wie geht's dir? Dynam, you did a road bike tour on Thursday and it was so hot. Yeah, that's the thing, right? So it was just perfect conditions yesterday and the day before. Absolutely perfect. Really lovely. So let me just go ahead and... So yeah, the reason why I'm asking is, you know, I just hate to set everything up and then find out that SU3 is released. All right. Yeah, so we're here in the PMDG 777-F, and like I mentioned, we're going to fly from Buenos Aires to Santiago de Chile, and then I plan to do a iFly 737 flight in Chile from Santiago down to an interesting place I've never been to, and I forgot how it's pronounced. It's called Monopoly. Hey, Kerry. Yeah, well, I mean, Fischkopf, you did a huge cycle tour. I mean, that was in 1 day. So we kind of spread it out over 2 days, and we stayed at a really lovely hotel in the countryside. So it was a nice kind of, 2-day getaway. So that was really nice. Cool. So route, let's do route request. And then here we got it. We're going to set the fuel, set the payload, select the route. Cargo pilot, yeah. Hello. It's a Soviet. Yeah, well, I mean, I know they do like mess around with that stuff, but still. We shall wait and see. When in doubt, blame us sober. I mean, yeah. I know sometimes it's not justified, but I mean, mostly it is, right? So tough on them, but so we're going to activate execute. Already seen that probably we're going to get some wind forecast. Let's load those. So the send forecast and also the route data. Let's load the wind data, which is nice. Execute. Excellent. All right, so I think I filed a flight plan, and we're called German Cargo. Oh, actually called Lufthansa Cargo, right? So it's GEC Lufthansa Cargo 762, and it's a B777 whiskey, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, hang on. No, it's not. What's the type again? Well, it says 77 whiskey there. Oh yeah, then it's correct. Is that actually a 300 ER? No, it's not, is it? That's not 300. Would it be F? Yeah, I'm just wondering because the weird thing is that on Volanta, it's calling it 77 Whiskey. That's why I am a bit confused. Oh, they call that L, 777L. Or a 77L, yeah. That's weird. All right, anyways, we are now online. Let's see if anybody else dares to fly along. Now, the approach to Santiago de Chile, I'm not sure how many watched a stream of mine a couple of months ago where we did fly there. And I remember that it was a beautiful approach over the Andes. Really lovely. Oh, hold on. Why is it still in pounds? Options, simulation. Aircrafts, displays. Weird. So 224, is that correct? Let me just get the yeah, 224.4. That's what we want to have as a zero fuel weight. That's good. Okay, and the fuel required is 23.2 plus taxes. 23.7, 23.8, and that's already inserted. Fantastic. Cool. Weather-wise, let me just have a look here. So we got some severe ice. I mean, it is wintertime down here, isn't it? So severe ice forecasted and severe turbulence forecasted. SAEZ FRR. Here we got 120, 15, gust 25. Quite windy. 3 kilometers, rain, broken 700. Yuck, that is horrible weather. Oh, fish cup. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I remember when Hamburg got from Erste Bundesliga down to Second Bundesliga, the sun was always shining here in Bremen. I remember that. Right, anyways, so so we got Santiago de Chile. We got variable few 5,000, so beautiful weather there. So I guess it's kind of a over the situation where the rain just stops at the Andes, and then west of that it'll be beautiful. Vector Romeo and stand 14 on the other side. Fantastic. Beautiful. Alrighty. So let's have a look. We don't have any... Oh, why am I already squawking? I should be squawking. Hang on. There we go. That should be off standby. That goes to above. That's good. Alright, there you go. Yeah, the weather is interesting, yeah. So you're stand 14. I guess you are... It's hard to see right now. I don't know, where are you? Oh, here we are. Got an aircraft there. There we go. Cool. Now, Buenos Aires. I've been to Buenos Aires while I was flying the 747 IRL many times. And this was actually one of my favorite layovers. And back then, when I was flying the 747, we actually had a shuttle flight. So it's like kind of a day trip from Buenos Aires to Santiago de Chile and back again. So I have fond memories of the of flying here. Cool. So let me just check the displays here. We still got track magnetic, which I don't want. AOA indicator off, and then track up no. And I think that's pretty much all I need right now. Cool. So the weather 120, 15 gust 25. So let me have a look first of all. Airport. I guess 11 is the runway to take, right? I mean 17 would be there as well, but I think departure wise we'll go with 11. Thank you, Fish Cup. Yeah, I think that's going to be 11. Cargo pilot, I wish it would be that easy, but we can do a shared flight sometime. Yeah, so next shared flight will be probably on a German live stream. I actually have to ask MAN if he's happy to do English live stream as well. So then I would do the flight with him on Sunday, English live stream. Otherwise, if he rather prefers to fly German live stream, then I. But I mean, his English is very good, so he may want to do that in English. So well, I'll ask him, see if it pops up today. Okay, so it's the SID. Now let's have a look. So the SID planned runway 11 is Urino 1 Alpha. Urino. Kind of a weird name for a departure route, but hey, whatever it takes. Urino. There he is. 1 Alpha Echo Alpha. There it is. So it's going to be 11. It says it's an ANF departure, and we are flying. Is it ANF? Yeah, it says ANF there. No, it's just a SID. Where's? Interesting. Then I guess it's not ANF because it does have at SAEZ 24. Okay, so initial climb after takeoff maintained runway heading to 500 feet, turned right. SAEZ radial 129 to 12. That's 4 dBs SAEZ. And then continue SAEZ 129 radial, turn right to join the 10 dB arc until intercept Papa Tango Alpha VOR radial 276. Yeah, so it is conventional. Interesting. Voyager, moin, wie geht's dir? Hey Ghost, yeah, like I said at the beginning, I was able to smuggle this beauty in without my wife noticing, so happy days. All good. So we're continuing then via SAEZ at 24, and then we continue Papa Tango Alpha Radio 276 SAEZ 15, then turn right onto Golf Bravo Echo radial 326. I'm good up to Urino. Fantastic. Well, the thing is, so I have literally yeah, Voyager. Maybe you can call it a fetish already, a flight sim hardware fetish. I need to have this beautiful stuff. It's just, although I mean, I haven't bought any MCDUs lately, so, but that's because people are saying they'd rather see me type, you know, on the screen here, so that way they can see what entries I'm doing. So, hey, hello, how you doing? So let's see. Good. Okay, we've done that. So I can put in the first. So we need Echo Zulu Echo in here, and then we also need Papa Tango Alpha. And all we'll do is, as a reminder, even though we don't really need to do that, we're going to put the courses in here, just as a reminder. 276. There we go. Departure arrival 11, and that was the Urino 1 Alpha. There it is. Execute. So the next page on the routing, it says Uniform Lima 405 Tosor and Uniform Tango 687 to Umkal. Now we come to the arrival routing, which should be very interesting as always. So we are expecting Umkal 7 Charlie Star. Let's search for Tirsi Umkal 7 Charlie. There it is. And so here you can see that it's one of those arrivals where you have to stay very high, and then when IRL Airbus seat, you know, so it goes. If you have any connections, if you can hook me up with someone who's selling a real world Airbus seat, let me know. The hardware saturation point? No, I've still got some room. I've got some room in my shelves. Yeah, and if that room is taken, I'll get another shelf. So, you know, that's not really an argument not to buy more hardware, right? So, one thing I'm still missing is the radio management panel. I need that. Ghost, yeah. Okay, Umkal, 240 above, Lorsal, 180 above, and then we've got these restrictions. And I can tell you now, we're going to have to use speed brakes to get down in time. So high terrain, the Andes, look at that, 22,800 feet almost there. Very high terrain and very beautiful to look at. Yeah, but you know, too white, too red. The cool thing is, when you get past a certain point where you have so much hardware in those shelves, you know, an additional unit doesn't really, you know, you can hide that so well, right? It's hard to notice. If you have like 2 pieces of hardware and you get a third one, then it's really hard to notice. Hey Nate, how are you doing? Nice to see you. So, you know, like I said, it's you know, it's a cool tactic actually. Just get so much hardware that at some point, yeah, getting another piece just doesn't, you know, doesn't get recognized anymore. Well, Fish Cup, who knows? You never know. So Room Class 7 Charlie, and then we're going to fly. Well, we could do an RMP approach, right? What about this one? That goes via Tigep. What's this one? X-ray. X-ray, 3 degrees. Now we'll take this one. Shall we take, yeah, we'll take this one. So we'll take the RMP Yankee 17 left. Then I'm happy. And then we're going to take airport. Going to get... oh yeah, and by the way, guys, thank you very much for all the very positive feedback on my shared flights. I am overwhelmed with the positive feedback. So I understand Mrs. Blackbox. Wives know. I am not sure, Mark. I mean, she would be hiding that really cleverly if she actually did notice. And Gorky, hello. So, and Fogbound Turtle, hello to you as well. Yeah, so my wife, she actually avoids my man cave, yeah. Yeah, Avimar did a fantastic job, yeah. So I got in contact with JSnap, the developer of the shared flight, and I know he's busy getting his real-world 747-200 cockpit set up. So that's a huge project of his, and so, you know, if that comes to fruition, then I am planning, I'm going to try to join the world flight with them in the US later then, but it all depends on if they get it finished in time. Oh, hang on. There we go. All right, so departure arrival. We're going to take, again, index arrival Santiago, then we'll take the... Am I more Airbus or Boeing? Goki, personally more Boeing, because I've literally spent I would say probably 3/4. Well, let's say 2/3 of my flying career in Boeing aircraft, and only 1/3 in Airbus aircraft. So I think, yes, I think I'm more a Boeing person. Right, let's have a quick look here at the plan mode. So that looks all good. Quick check, the total distance is 1910. Hang on, 1910? No, that can't be right. No, 697. That's time. I was just saying that in 1 hour something. That's a bit no, 679, and we've got 685 here, so that adds up quite nicely. Yeah, Fish Cup. Maybe we're kind of even. Maybe my wife. Yeah, she's collecting something else. I don't know. Who knows? Hey, nice, Mickey. What CPU did you get? Yes, the only Airbus I've flown is the A320 series. Yes, correct. That is correct. Let me see. Did I miss any messages? Nate says your wife asked, "What's that thing? That blue thing?" Oh, okay. Well, there you go. You see. Well, no, that goes over PayPal normally. So whenever I buy hardware, that goes over my PayPal account. So it doesn't show up on our normal bank account. You see. Now you gotta plan this. You know, you have to seriously plan it, right? Hey, leaving it's so not just you know. You can't take this too lightly if you want to survive that. So let me have a quick look at the weather here. So here we've got QNH 1013. So I'm going to take this 03. 1003. Oh. Excellent. Where's the click spot? Huh? Have they changed the click spot? Where's the click spot of the hand? I'm confused. Oh, there. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Okay. You can also click on the iPad mount. Yeah, but I knew there was a click spot on the hand there. Fish cup. Yeah, but she wouldn't do that. No, that I do know. She does not watch my streams. No. So let's go performance tool. Liam, doing well. Thanks for asking. Yes, I am. Let's get that. We're going to take a 1-1. And it's raining, so it's definitely going to be runway wet. So we got wet runway. So we have 246. Hey, Scotty, nice to see you. Scotty, Hoddy, big shout out as well to you, and thank you so much for the 53 months. Scotty, how are you doing?
The feeling from what I heard over the last minute is you are planning on trying to secretly build a full flight deck sim now. Hello, black box BB711 beloved.
The thing is, I just cannot make up my mind what aircraft I want. So honestly, the setup that I've got now with the MTS from Monster Tech is actually something I really like. Just the versatility to get all these different aircraft types on. And again, this panel, you know, it's just easily to mount and dismount. Exactly what I need. So I think I would get bored with just one aircraft add-on. Hence, I'm quite happy with having several. Let's get the weather. We've got 15 degrees, correct, 1003, and the wind 120 at 15. We're going to have optimum rating, optimum flaps, and anti-ice. We are going to need anti-ice, aren't we? Well, no, 15 degrees. No, disregard. We're not. And automatic air conditioning, fantastic. Let's calculate that. So flaps 5, takeoff 2, 85.9, 48 selected, trim 4.75, and that's the speed. I think these values are good. So I'm going to put 5 in here. Thrust limit, though, we need to put takeoff 2 and then selected 48. Mickey, that's from WindWing. They call it PAP3, PAP3. Climb 2 is good. And then we got 37. So wet runway means a lower V1 today. We'll take that. 155 and 156. Cool. So I'm going to enter that one. Let's get the heading back synced up here. Is it really? They call that panel of autopilot. You joke. Hang on. But then it would be POA, not PAP, right? The average CG is about 21, 22, I would say, Lee. Unless the Munich flights, they often have a bit less, but usually it is in the region of 20, 25, sometimes maybe. But the thing is, the further aft it gets, the worst issue it's going to have on takeoff. So that's why they try to keep that a bit more forward. Okay, so that's all done. Quite happy with that. Let's check the oxygen. And then we'll go do a quick briefing here. So departure briefing, taxi out over the apron, then via Foxtrot full length 11, no hotspots there. The departure is the Reno 1 Alpha, already briefed it, it's a conventional departure. However, now we don't really have any climb restrictions. So let me put this to... What's the transition altitude? It's very low. It's like in Holland, in Netherlands. Look at that, 3,000 feet. So let me put this level 100 initially for the climb out. Yeah, 100 it is. Yeah, Lee, exactly. We actually have another issue. So if the CG gets around 33%, then we're not allowed to kind of, put the thrust up above 55%, I think it is, with parker brake or the brakes being set. Because then the sudden increase in thrust and the sudden release of the brakes could cause the aircraft to tip over and get a tail strike. Yeah, so again, they try to avoid that by just simply getting the CG around 2022. Yeah. Exactly that. Cool. So let's have a look. That's that. So yeah, sector altitudes 3,000 all around, and extra fuel. I did. We expect to land with 12 tons, and the minimum is 9.3. So I have about 2 tons, 2.5 extra. It says here, which is quite a lot, really. I didn't realize I had that much extra fuel today. Hang on. No, I put in 1 ton, 8 minutes. So it's interesting that the aircraft is calculating with 12 at the moment. Okay, so according to the flight plan, we have roughly about 10 minutes extra fuel. So engine out. We're just going to proceed straight out. Runway track acceleration will be in 1,600 feet. Climb up then with a cleanup up to 4,000 feet. And then we'll land on runway 11 here in Buenos Aires. Oh, nice. So you were in a flight pack on the 757 a few months ago, and they had a look into the EFB, and the CG just said most forward. Okay. There we go. Did you guys see? So we flew to Corfu, didn't we, on the last stream with the shared flight, right? And there was a Condor 757 that had quite a spectacular engine fire. It was like kind of engine stall with you know, fire coming out of the engine. Huge topic in the news here in Germany, obviously. But the crew did a fantastic job, and I think they went to Italy, to Bari, wasn't it? Something like that, and then landed safely there. But yeah, how fitting. Yeah, so yeah, it was Bari, right? Yeah. Oh, you spotted the exact same 757 1 week ago, actually. Nice. Oh, Brindisi. No, sorry, Brindisi, not Bari. Brindisi. Yeah, Brindisi. Thank you. Excellent. Yeah, but well done. So good recovery. Safely got the aircraft back on ground. So hey, Quotenwagner. Nice. Well, there we go. Yeah, we're flying the oh, why is that? Hold on. Lol. You've got to be kidding me. Why is that linked to thrust reverse on my controller? You've got to be kidding me. Where's my controller? Here's my controller. Hey, 777 driver, hello to you. How are you doing? Nice to see you. So, controller. Didn't I set that to all aircraft? And why does it activate the reverse levers? Yeah. So search by input. That is just ridiculous. Let me delete that all. Delete. So many. Take picture? No. Don't take picture. What is going on? Interact. I think I have all of them now, right? So here's the problem now. There we go. It's still increasing the throttle. Sometimes these control bindings are a nightmare here. You were in the Oscar Echo Lima for Foxtrot with the oh, nice. Yeah, that's a nice livery. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And then it takes ages to load the settings. Oh. Now it says I don't have any more search by input. Come on. Yeah, it's all gone. But why is it increasing the thrust levers then? If I press the button, that's stupid. All right. Anyways, try not to press the button then. So let's get everything closed, and then we read the first checklist. Hey, Flag Walnut.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you, Rich, for the 5 months. Nice to see you.
Experience. New subscribers should now pick up their pass to first class. Thank you.
They fixed the long loading times in the latest beta. I'm happy to hear that. I really am. So remove the shocks. So ground connection should be off now. Yeah, ground power is off as well. Then door management let's close all and ground vehicles, release all. It's still raining like crazy. Yuck. Let's get airborne. Let's go into the sun, shall we? Oh, hey, one more thing here for the weight and balance. So this is always interesting. So we've got takeoff envelope, the landing envelope, and the zero fuel weight puck as well. So all within limits. Fantastic. Cool. Happy days. All right, so first checklist of the day, the pre-flight checklist. Oxygen tested 100%. Flight instruments heading 263. Altimeter, we've got 1003, 80 feet checked, and that's the pre-flight checklist completed. So 1 to 2.8 for the Unicom here. And then we'll do the before start items. And normally what we would do is we would wait until the pushback truck and the pushback driver arrives. And then whoever comes to the headset is the one I would ask then for hydraulic clearance. So hydraulic clearance, always important to make sure that there's no vehicles, nothing, and no personnel within the near the gear doors, etc. So just for any reason, should there be a movement of flight controls or gear doors or whatever, that nobody can get hurt. So cleared hydraulics. So we do the before start items. So if I remember correctly, it's somewhere like this. Oops, that should be on. Then the fuel pumps on. No center tank pumps required. Beacon goes on. Then we've got the Squawk 2000, as there is no ATC here today, unfortunately. Gonna put this to on, and then I'm going to put the engine display on here. And we're going to read the before start checklist. Before start, MCP. We've got V2 156 heading. Is it 104? 104, 104, 104. Let me just check here. Quick edit. Let's quick edit that because I'm not sure where it's going to point me. You see, that's what I thought. And I think it was F7, F8 or something. Yeah, F7, F8. Now finally understood how to get that done more quickly. Fantastic. Yes, in a second. So we've got the heading 111 and altitude to 10,000 feet.
Buenos Aires traffic, land trailer 46.
Take speeds V1 137, 155, 156, and we have 85.9%. CD pre-flight completed. The trim 4.7500. Takeoff taxi briefing completed. That's the before start checklist completed. Get my push to talk here set. SAEZ traffic, Lufthansa cargo, 762 pushing back on the cargo apron. Oh, he's pushing back as well. No. Power pushback. Why are my spoilers up? What is going on? I think that was because of the reversers that activated, right? Oh, come on. Seriously? I have a feeling... Oh, that button as well? You got to be joking. I've never noticed that one before. Yeah, but why? It doesn't say... Hang on. So... Scanning. That's the button. It's not doing anything. But still it is activating the reversers. How weird is that? Oh, we've got to wait until... Okay, I understand. I had to wait the 3 minutes until it loads all the settings. Duh. Thanks, Asobo. So now it should be good, right? Yeah, now we're finished. Ooh, that's close. So, we'll do a... Oops, that should be on as well. Normal engine start. So start right engine. It's auto start, so... And we'll set the brakes.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Let's listen to those mighty GE engines. And then start left engine.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Yes, of course, yeah. We are allowed to do... Well, that's actually the normal flap setting, really. Flaps 25. Apologies to the LATAM. I'm sorry though. I squashed in front of you there. So we have a good engine start. Before taxi items flaps 5. APU is going off. That will go on automatically. No need for engine anti-ice. Plus 15 degrees. Here comes flaps 5. I'm going to do a recall check. Insufficient fuel. What? Oh, I didn't put in... I think I didn't put in the correct reserves. You see, that's the thing. That was 9.3. Yeah, there we go. I don't know why I'd loaded that much. 9.3 is what we had. So then flight controls. We'll do... Flight controls. There she's waving. All clear. Full down. There you go. Full left. Full right. And the rudder. Full left. Full right. In the real aircraft, I do that a lot slower. Hey, Najibi. No, not really. No. I've still got October. I've just been getting confirmation about my last flight. So it is confirmed I'm going to go to Cape Town. Very happy with that. Before taxi checklists, we've got anti-ice off, recall check, flight controls check, ground equipment clear, and that's the before taxi checklist complete. This is a traffic Lufthansa cargo 762 taxiing runway 11 in Ezeiza. Oh! Hello, hello. 18.6. I'm going to stop here. When did he come online? Sneaky! He just came online without telling anyone.
Taking to holding point runway 11 via Foxtrot following the 777 in front of us, Chile 462.
Ezeiza Tower, hello from Lufthansa Cargo 762 with information Alpha.
Lufthansa Cargo 762 Heavy, Ezeiza Tower, good night. Good day. Taxi to holding point runway 11 via Foxtrot QNH 1003 and report when ready to copy the aircraft clearance.
Okay, via Foxtrot and Kilo, runway 11 and we are ready to copy. Lufthansa Cargo 762 Heavy.
Yes, just Foxtrot and the holding point runway 11. You are clear to destination Santiago 5 of flight level 360 until Tosor. Buenos 1 Alpha departure, runway 11. Initial climb flight level 060 squawk 0404.
Lufthansa Cargo 762 Heavy is cleared to Santiago, Chile via the runway 11, Urino 1 Alpha departure. Initial climb level 60 and the squawk 0404 Lufthansa Cargo 762 Heavy.
Lufthansa Cargo 762 Heavy, readback is correct. Report when ready for departure.
Calling when ready, Lufthansa 762. Cool. So as expected,
SAEZ Tower, land Chile 456.
and 360 later via Foxtrot.
Land Chile 456, Tower, buenas tardes, go ahead.
Land Chile 456, information Alpha send 1 for request IFR clearance to Santiago de Chile.
Nico, thanks for the heads up. I didn't see your post there.
You are clear to destination.
And Easy, hello. Nice. Easy, welchen Stadion? Was guckst du?
Urino 1 Alpha departure, runway 11. Initial climb flight level 06 meters, squawk 0454.
And Vova, how many flights do I have before retirement? Not that many. I do have another like
Santiago de Chile S5,
4 weeks holiday also.
Urino 1 Alpha departure, runway 11.
So literally,
initial climb flight level.
I think I may have 3, 4.
And say again, squawk please.
3 to 4 rotations left.
456. Land Chile 456, squawk 0454.
Squawk 0454, land Chile 456.
Land Chile 456, readback is correct. Report when ready for push mechanic starter.
Nice, very busy here.
We'll report when ready, land Chile 456.
Oh, okay, so Frauen-DFB-Pokal, BVB gegen Gladbach, nice.
Ezeiza Tower, KLM 1 for Tango, request IFR clearance information Alpha.
KLM 1 for Tango, Ezeiza Tower, hello, number 1 for clearance, I will call you back shortly. Break. Land Chile 462, Ezeiza Tower.
Good, well we don't have a cabin, so everything's ready. Although, let me just have a look at the doors. Yeah, let me
KLM 1 for Tango, you are clear to destination Santiago.
Let me do ground operation door.
Urino 1 Alpha departure.
Arm all, there we go.
Initial climb flight level 060 squawk 0553.
Good. So before takeoff checklist.
Flight level 380 until
before takeoff checklist complete.
Urino 1 Alpha
checklist complete.
Departure out of runway 11. Initial climb flight level 060 and squawk 0553. KLM 1 for Tango Heavy.
KLM 1 for Tango, readback is correct. Report ready for push and starter.
Yeah, gunman I am. Here we go. Here it is. I mean, here it's got like the basic modes, like flight
Chile
directors,
462, Roger.
the auto thrust,
Chile 462.
and the basic modes, but I don't have the AFIS panel, so
340 or 380 is fine.
For now, 340 for performance reasons, land Chile 462.
Land Chile 462, Roger. Reclear flight level 340 until Buenos.
so we continue here.
Recleared to flight level 3.
Aviation driver, moin, wie geht's?
Land Chile 462.
Thanks for the help.
Wow, it's a small taxiway and a big aircraft.
KLM 1 for Tango, push back and set up a proof call, ready for taxi.
Push and start approved, call ready for taxi, KLM 1 for Tango.
Land Chile 456, ready for push and start.
Land Chile 456, push back and set up a proof call, ready for taxi.
Push and start approved, then we'll call you for taxi, land Chile 456.
Will you miss the commercial flights? I don't know. It's hard to tell.
And KLM 1 for Tango,
Hey Dexter, good evening.
0550, of course.
That's a tough question to say. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. But I'm gonna have weather radar here. I'm gonna have the.
SAEZ Tower, Buenos Dias, Lufthansa 6.
Hey, MAN.
Position 5 information Alpha, requesting clearance to
now
Santiago de Chile.
the weather radar.
Lufthansa,
I guess it's just literally lots of rain, right? I wouldn't really say that's thunderstorms. But we'll see how it goes. Lots of rain.
Udina 1L for departure, runway 11. And climb flight level 0.
In flight deck, asked a month ago, it tips going from 320 to 777 type rating. Yeah, didn't I give you tips in flight deck?
Departure, initially flight level 60, score 0464, Lufthansa.
So I said, don't, just be flexible. Don't mentally,
Affirmative, we have information Alpha on board. Lufthansa 693.
It's Boeing's just a completely different concept.
We go Lufthansa 693.
Oh, aviation driver, hang on. How are you doing? Okay. Well, we already tested our kind of being together 24/7 during the COVID pandemic. I was home for 7 months, and we got on very well. So I got approved to go to retirement. Lufthansa cargo 762 heavies, holding short 11, ready for departure.
Lufthansa cargo 762, surface wind 120 degrees 15 knots, gust 25 knots, runway 11, clear for takeoff.
Runway 11, clear takeoff, Lufthansa cargo 762 heavy. Cool, so let's do this.
Lufthansa 693, request push and start.
So there's no lineup checklist here.
693, standby for push.
Come on.
Land Chile 456, ready for departure. Correction, ready for taxi.
Approach sector is clear. We got. The only thing to do is TCAS.
Hold short runway 11 via Foxtrot, land Chile 456.
So we got TCAS on as well.
62 behind the.
And we're going to start
runway 11, line up and wait behind.
Elapsed time here. Run.
Behind the departing Lufthansa.
We are all ready.
Line up and wait behind land Chile 462.
Put that there, and then let's go, shall we? 1 hour 40 or 1 hour 30 flight time. Strobe lights are missing. Strobe lights on, and let's do this. Take off. More headwind than anything else. Take off. Thrust ref.
SAEZ Tower, KLM 1 for Tango Heavy, request taxi.
KLM 1 for Tango,
thrust set, 80 knots checked. Wow.
Taxi to and hold short runway 11 via Foxtrot, KLM 1 for Tango.
Lufthansa 693 heavy, one clear of the above, correction, one clear of the 1777 behind you, push wagon set up a proof, hold well ready for taxi.
Rotate.
Well clear of the 777 KLM, push and start approved, and call you ready for taxi. Lufthansa 693 heavy.
Gear up. That weather radar. Ay. Ay, 5 feet to right turn. No, I'm going to say that's distracting. I'm going to turn that off.
Land Chile 456 out.
Land Chile 456, go ahead.
Any chance take flight level 320-360 final?
Affirm, we can take flight level 360, Land Chile 456.
I have to activate my trim indication. That really helps visualize the trim position. Even though I can't feel the trim, but still, it does help. Flaps 5.
Thank you.
Flaps 1. Flaps 1.
Heavy, we will stay for a few more minutes at the gate. We have some issues with our simulator.
Oh no.
Heavy.
Oh no.
Push the clearance cancel. Call you back when ready. Lufthansa 693 Heavy.
Laps up.
672 airport medium 08. Monitor Unicom 122.8. Enjoy the flight.
122.8. Thanks for the service. Until next time, Lufthansa Cargo 762 Heavy. Good. Let's get the autopilot on. Autopilot. And look at the wind. 15 knots of wind here. Already passing transition. Altimeters. Standard set. Temperature is plus 20 currently. So still no need for engine anti-ice. But that wind, crazy. Over to Unicom. After takeoff checklist. After takeoff checklist complete. I don't know what happened to the weather radar. Like, I mean... Okay, VNAV alt is fine. I get, well, tilt doesn't do anything, does it? Gain. That is just a really weird kind of indication. So let's continue 360 with thrust ref VNAV speed. Yeah, doesn't make much sense. Although, I mean, if I increase the range a bit, does that help? I mean, it's like, yeah, I don't know what that picture is supposed to tell me, to be honest. Because obviously we would avoid these areas, wouldn't we? But, I mean, it's just a lot of rain. No, of course not, Abud. No, in real life, if you know, in real life, you can rely on your weather radar picture, and you know, you would not fly to these areas. No. I'm sure that gain doesn't do anything here yet with sim, so... Okay, passing 10,000. We're going to start accelerating here, so let me get the lights off. And then also... the radios... I mean, yeah. We've got good... good values there, so I quite like the engine sounds, I have to say. It's the engine sounds are nice. Oh, it's actually animated. I was gonna say this probably doesn't do anything, but it is actually animated. How cool. Maybe turn 80 knots for now. Yeah, could be prudent. Ah, there we go. Now we've got these door but I want to just have a nice viewpoint here, so I'm going to save that. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the X-Plane weather radar mode. Yeah, hopefully a lot of these add-on makers will adapt and then you know, allow us to use the weather radar system properly. Just get another viewpoint in here. Oh, another beautiful vintage car. Almost. There you go. And it's still cloudy. It is still cloudy. Save the viewpoints, fantastic. So yeah, I agree. We could do speed intervention. Let's do 280 knots. Aston Martin, yeah. Yeah, your car, Voyager. Mm. Right. Wow, that's a big climb rate. Hang on. Jesus. And why has it got climb pad? It should have gone to climb 2 actually. Okay, so now we've got wing anti-ice and engine anti-ice on, so it's an automatic feature here. But to my understanding, here in the 777, it is still bleed air for both. While on the 787, it's just bleed air for the engine anti-ice. The leading edges are heated electrically. So look at air. There we go, look. So you can see that, yeah, bleed air. So internally, bleed air taken for the engine anti-ice, and then upstream from the normal bleed air system, you got the... Oh. What? Didn't I just hear a weird noise, like overspeed warning or something? Yeah, normally you would just use the automatic function. You wouldn't really mess with that unless you have clear indications that you have icing and the engine or wing anti-ice hasn't activated. Then you know you would of course manually switch it on. The Peter heat is automatic. Okay, so the contrary to what you have on other aircraft where you have, you know, window heat, and well, we have window heat here, but the Peter heat is automatic. So as soon as the engines are started, they will heat on a lower setting usually, and then once you lift off, they will go full force with the Peter heats. Yeah, I got a question on that for the A320 not too long ago. Someone was saying, oh, you know, he commented on my video about the engine anti-ice and wing anti-ice system, and he said, well, what about the pitot heat? And you know, on the Airbus, you have Airbus 320, you have a button for pitot and window heat. But you know, that's for ground operations when the engines are off and you want to defrost the windows and defrost the pitots. But again, once the engines are started, those systems will come alive automatically. I think we're good again, right? Let's go back to manage speed here. And then there's a few more settings I want to have a look at. So let's go menu, setup, aircraft, displays is fine. It was about equipment. So let's have a look here. So I do want 40 call out. I want these call outs. Bank, and I don't need. Yeah, we'll have 1,000. 1,500 engine out. And 1,000 there. We'll take 5,000 standard transition altitude. Oops. Washout 30,000. There we go. That's what I wanted. And then let's have a look again at the climb. Let's go climb 1 now. Ghost, let's have a look. So let's calculate the arrival times. So currently we're expecting a landing at 1946. So that's an hour 30, let's say up to hour 25. And then... Yeah, so my estimate was 20 UTC. That was my estimate. Uh, 6-7 driver, yes. So I got a profile from flightsim.to for the PAT3 and the 777. There's also a profile for the PAT3 and the iFly 737 and also the PMDG 737 as well. So there are profiles. It's important though that you activate the beta version in MobiFlight so that you get this new version, and then it says beta, and then because the files have a different name now, they're not called MCC anymore, they're called something else, and then if you have the older version, it doesn't recognize these new drivers. So that's the important thing. Okay, Ghost, you will fly along? Nice. Then happy to see you. Right, looks like we could potentially pop out of the clouds, but I have a feeling that the trouble pause is too high today. I don't think we have the charts in here, do we? Oh, we do. Hang on. Yeah, you see, we're staying below the tropopause layer, and hence I do expect potentially we could be stuck in the clouds. So here you can see the high terrain as we are starting our descent here into Chile, Santiago. Yeah, Nate, one thing though, I could not get it working through the Sim app Pro software. For some reason, it keeps telling me that I have to start Sim app Pro first with the profile and then start the sim. But when I do that, it says it hasn't found a profile for the 777, let's say. And then I make a profile and it starts, but then I try to start the software once I've loaded the sim, and then it says no, you have to first start the software and then the sim. But yeah, it's kind of, it really doesn't do a good job. Yeah, it's finicky. We're almost outside of the clouds, almost. What we could try, I mean, he did say 360, so I don't want to climb higher. Although, I mean, if we've got TCAS on, yeah, I can see the weather is going to get better, hopefully, as we move along. What about the optimum? Well, optimum is 360 and max 360. So we're going to be stuck at 360, I'm afraid. So if we don't get out of the clouds, then tough luck. Then we won't see the sun today. Or at least not at the beginning. Well, I mean, I do like MobiFlight. The software is great. I mean, it works very reliably. And they're just, you know, amazing people that make these profiles for us, so... What sound is that? How did you hear that? Really weird. There's nothing in there, that's fine. Strange. Oh, yes. Oh, we're gonna ride the tops, most likely. Top rider today. IRL, that usually makes the ride very bumpy. Okay, so let's go vertical speed 1000. Works nicely with the wind wing. So, you know, I know it's a bit of a bad thing for all the other hardware manufacturer. Hey, Snark. Because they can't compete with these low prices of these wind wing products which are made in China, right? So, but the thing is, so as a consumer, it's so tough, you know, to take that argument, say I'm not going to buy these because of the, well, let's say cheap labor or whatever, you know, however they can manage these low prices. Because the products that I've bought from Winwing, and especially the ones that I've bought, like, you know, the F-18 cockpit and the panels there for you know, which are using DCS, they are good quality for that price. They are very good quality. So yes, you could say, you know, to make your stance, you know, I would not buy the product, but then, you know, being very passionate about flight simming and being able to get these peripherals at a very competitive price, and just get the immersion to, you know, so much better. It's a tough decision. I have no idea what the sound is. I can't pinpoint. It always happens like every couple of minutes, but... Yeah. Okay, the Snark says you next check out the VKB Verpal setup. Okay. Yeah, so Fogbound Turtle, that's why I'm getting all this stuff now. So yeah, my income will drop quite drastically after I retire, but still, I mean, I've taken precautions, right? But yeah, no, I've never lived a luxurious life. I mean, luxury, for me, luxury is being able to, you know, to go on holiday, you know, twice a year and you know, have a house. You know, not a big house, just a normal house, and you know, make it nice, livable. That's luxury for me. So all good. I don't need that much to be happy. But I do need my hardware. Okay, so this is I do need this. This is it's very nice. This makes me happy. Yeah, I just need to be flying, yeah. And so hopefully I will be able to continue to be able to afford flying Cessnas. Yeah, and looking back, I mean, I have worked hard. It's you know, it's not as if it was money for nothing. I did work very hard, so And there's a lot of downside to being an airline pilot. So it's not all fun and games. It's not all Instagram. And Fogbound totally bought a motorcycle this year. Yes, that's the thing, right? I mean, everyone has their own personal thing where they, you know, pull out some happiness from, right? Hey, Elias, thank you much for the controlling. Greetings, and yeah, thanks for coming online, Elias. And it got quite busy, hasn't it? Here's a big round of applause for you. Thank you so much. Yeah, Peter, the thing is, I have to organize a flight instructor to get me my flight hours, and that's at the moment an issue because the aircraft at the moment, because it's summertime, they are literally booked out all the time, and so the flying club that I want to be part of only has 2 aircraft. One of them was broken for a while, so they only had like literally 1 Cessna flying around. But it doesn't really matter because the flying club is fairly cheap, and the higher rates are fairly cheap as well for the 172. The thing is, I just need to get the rating right, and then once I've got the rating, they have some other lenders at the airport where you can hire some nice aircraft. I mean, they're a bit more expensive then, but you know, then I've got more options. I'm riding the tops here. Can I? Oh yes, please. Cool. There you go. You gotta love these sunshades. These things are a joke. Boeing, honestly. If I were to pay $300 million for an aircraft and they would present me with something like this, I would seriously ask for my money back. This is a bad joke. No, seriously, this is a bad joke. Yeah, even the A320 sunshades are so simple, right? They only have like 1 hinge, but you can position them literally anywhere in your field of view. I mean, you know, I understand with the 747, it was like the first aircraft they built, you know, and then they were kind of I don't know, overpowered by having to invent something like this. But they've kept this terrible system even now for the 787. It's unbelievable. Well, the real problem comes if you have a HUD. So if you have a HUD-up display, then you have to have 3 visors. So it's one for the HUD. There's a little one, looks like a triangle one for this side, with a kind of a round edge on this side. And you've got another one that you have to put. So you have to put on 3 shades, shaders, just 3 shades just for the front of the aircraft. It's stupid. Yeah, that makes sense, right? I mean, you know, that's for the A380. Yeah, perfectly fine. I mean, yeah. So Fish Cup, that's the thing. Bring your own, right? So initially, I had taken the advice of another pilot. Oh, actually, there was like a self-adhesive shade a shader you could buy, and it worked fine. And then they banned it for us because they said it would potentially damage the heating of the window. So the Boeing one, you unfold, and it's a fabric kind of sunshade, a little bit see-through, and it kind of pops into the edges, right? They're okay, but the self-adhesive ones, you could just stick them in the front there. But the problem is that it's stuck onto the windshield, and so it created hot spots on the windows. So that's why they banned them. Potentially, again, they can break the windshield. So we do have sunglasses, yes, and I always wear sunglasses because I always want to protect my eyes. Even potentially if you have a situation where it's not that bright, I would always wear sunglasses in the flight deck. The problem is, so you always have to be able to read off the instruments. And so if you have sunglasses that are too dark, you run into issues where you can't really see the numbers anymore that well. So you can't really take sunglasses that have too much of a filtering effect. And so then, because they can't filter that much, they're not really that much use. So, you know, you have your sunglasses on, but you also need a visor there as well. I'm just baffled that it's such a huge issue for an aircraft manufacturer to get something working, just like Airbus. Airbus solution is fine. You know, why didn't they put something in like that? Oh, MAN, are you watching? I didn't know if you were if you said hello already in the chat, MAN, because I heard you on the frequency. Because I've got a question for you, MAN.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel.
Hey, Lilienthal. And wow, he's continuing the streak, 103 months now. Lilienthal, how are you doing?
Thank you.
103 months, unbelievable. Those numbers and continuing the support. Thank you very much for that. 103. Unbelievable. Hey, Lewis. You have a friend, a TAP captain. He said that sunglasses can't be polarized. Yes, exactly. Yes. So we have a clear rule. So one of our rules and regulations is we are not allowed to wear polarized sunglasses on the flight deck because it can make some of these numbers invisible. So. Yes, nice. Yeah, my wife and me went on a 2-day biking trip Sunday, Monday. Beautiful weather, just perfect conditions, blue skies, but not too hot. And you know, the late summer period is so wonderful, where all the smell of the fields being harvested. Beautiful, beautiful time of the year. Yeah, exactly, Jen. Yeah. Turn your head sideways. Yeah, that would look weird, wouldn't it? That's true, yes. On the windshields, you can also get some rainbow effects with polarized sunglasses. Yeah, that's true. That is all correct. Who's gonna know? Well, I mean, honestly, I'd hate to make a mistake or not see something because I'm wearing polarized sunglasses. And honestly, they're not really needed while flying. I mean, you need a good set of sunglasses, yes, but they don't have to be polarized. Yeah, I agree. Summer evenings are beautiful. Yeah, yeah, to ride. Yeah. Yes, Nark. Well, Quotenwagner, yeah, also a good question. I don't know. That's to Boeing or Airbus to answer. But still, I mean, I do not understand why it's so hard to get a good, you know, sunshade system set up here. I mean, I've seen pilots wear baseball caps just so that they can actually land an aircraft when the sun is, you know, coming. Like early morning, Frankfurt, runway 07, when the sun has just risen. It's just, you know, and also these shades, they have to be removed for landing and takeoff. Right, so, yeah, then you're kind of stuck with, you know, sunglasses and wearing a baseball cap. The 789 I fly now. Yeah, the 744, yeah. The closest 777, I think still the 787 to be honest. But I mean, in what sense? I mean, yeah, the autopilot panel, I guess it's more like 747. Of course, the MCDU here as well, but I mean, system-wise, especially like overhead panel, it's more the 787, in my opinion. We have the Gen X at the moment, but the new aircraft will have Rolls-Royce trend. The Gen X are fine. Maybe the ones we have are a little bit underpowered. But I've heard the Rolls-Royce, they're having issues. They're having issues with reliability. So, I don't know. The Gen X seem to do fine. They seem okay. What's new? Yeah. Man, I just read today about Lufthansa Cargo 762 is MAN on the frequency. Probably too far away. Oh, maybe he's. I know he had issues with the simulator early on. He said. I just read today about the incident which happened last year, June, with a Marathon Embraer 195 at Belgrade, 18th February 2024. They overran the takeoff on takeoff, so they overran the runway on takeoff, and the issue was they lined up on the wrong taxiway, via the wrong taxiway, and what's really scary is the tower actually told them come on. Oh, come on. There we go. Airport. Let's have a look. No. Search. Airport. Briefing. Airport. There we go. So, I mean, they have a new runway there, but still, So they lined up via Delta 5. So they taxied out. And they were supposed to depart 30 left. So there was an investigation now that finished, I think. So 30 left. And they lined up via Delta 5 to take off in this direction. And the tower, so they published the communications, and so the tower is calling the Air Serbia 86 Charlie saying, are you familiar that you entered the runway by Delta 5 intersection? And then the crew replied, yes, takeoff run available is takeoff run available is 1273 meters. I assume that is not enough. That's what the crew said initially. I assume that is not enough. Tower, okay, calculate and call me. If you need, you can commence backtrack and line up a beam Delta 6. So the tower then offered them to go backtrack to line up then via Delta 6. Then the crew said, okay, we're able to depart Delta 5. The tower again asked, are you sure you're able to depart from Delta 5? And the crew said, yes, we are. And so then they got the takeoff clearance. Thank you much, Svenja. Have a great evening. Mach's gut. Oh, there we go. MAN. We got a question from Mark Malindley. He was kind of, because I said we're going to do the shared flight Sunday on a German live stream. The question now is, I know that you're very fluent in English. Would you be up for doing that on English live stream? And you can reply honestly. If you honestly prefer to a German live stream, no problem. We'll do a German live stream. Okay, there we go. You will make Mark very happy. So English live stream it is. Okay, so I announced it then for English live stream. Fantastic, MAN. The routing, I'm not sure if you already, if we fixed on the routing or you're still looking for routing, but let me know and then I'll set up anything you like. And not decided yet. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, just let me know and then we'll get it set up. Yeah, cool. Thank you much, MAN. Looking forward to it. Yeah, so they definitely did not. I mean, they calculated. So the CINS. So I guess the authority that did the investigation. So they said the takeoff distance available for 1,273 meters were then equal to a maximum takeoff weight of 34,390 kilograms. But the actual takeoff weight was 45,737 kilograms. Hence, the takeoff was not possible. And the minimum takeoff distance would have been 1,440 meters. And so that's why they overshot. I mean, it has an interesting video there as well. And honestly, that is so close to catastrophe. I mean, they hit some antenna. I mean, if you look at the pictures of the damage, it is incredible that they didn't crash, but wow, it's so close to catastrophe. So close. I mean, that's why this is something all pilots have to be so careful with whenever you're doing intersection takeoff. So, you know, if you're doing full length, then normally, you know, you are more aware of where you're going. But if it's like, you know, intersection and you're in a hurry, man, you can line up so quickly on the wrong intersection. It's yeah, you just have to be so careful. And we've heard, we're hearing about these incidents where aircraft are departing from the wrong intersection on a regular basis. And the aircraft was the aircraft was actually repaired. GG's. Did I hear the Air Arabia 320 in Sharjah? What happened there? Was that just recently, or when was that? Yeah, thanks, 777 driver. Well, the thing is, I mean, I understand how these mistakes can happen from a human factor standpoint. So let's put it this way. There is very often, especially with these intersectional departures, there is a threat. So whenever we talk about threats, we look at ways to mitigate those, right? So the threat is there. The only way to get rid of that threat would be for airports to say we're not allowing any more intersection departures. We are only allowing full-length departures. That will be an airport side mitigation of that risk, right? But of course, then they're saying, well, it does save a lot of fuel, a lot of time, especially on certain airports, if you're able to depart via intersections, right? And so it is a responsibility of the pilots to make sure that they calculate the right intersection for departure and then actually depart from the correct intersection as well, right? Now, the question again is, how do pilots mitigate that risk? And the only thing you can really do is look at the signs as you line up and call out these signs. So let's say the pilots would have called out, it says runway 30 left, Delta 5. And then, you know, the other pilot would have said, hang on, we calculate Delta 6, not Delta 5, right? That would be one way of mitigating it. The second one would be on your nav display. I'm pretty sure the Embraer has you know, a runway display as well there. And so you zoom in maximum 10 miles, right? Whatever, you know, you can zoom in, and then make sure that the aircraft position shows up at the correct position where you intended to take off from, right? Because if it's like, if the aircraft symbol is like, you know, 2/3 down the runway, then all alarm bells have to ring, right? And then what if I mean, kudos to the tower controller who actually noticed them lining up via Delta 5, telling them. So, you know, they would have had an easy way out to say, okay, yeah, thanks for the reminder. Well, thanks for letting us know. Yeah, we're going to backtrack Delta 6. Easy, right? Problem solved. But for some reason, they were so fixated on departing quickly that they must have rushed the calculations. And so, yeah, again, these risks, you have to mitigate them. I mean, Vexfree, what do you mean if a small GA comes in? Do humans need a taxi autopilot feature? Well, I mean, Airbus is working on one, right? They're working on it. Yes, RAS. Wouldn't RAS give you a call? So if you lined up, wouldn't RAS say runway on runway? And then wouldn't it say like, you know, 1,200 meters remaining? Although, I mean, they were aware that they only had 1,200 meters. They said that over the frequency. So they were aware of that. Oh, that was also in Belgrade, 777 driver. So that was in 2018. Air Arabia was taxiing departure 30. Oh no, that's Oscar Mike Sierra Juliet. Okay, hang on. Oscar Mike Sierra Juliet. Airport. So they were 30, and so they were supposed to depart, and they lined up Bravo 14. Hang on, that's. Oh, and then what really? Runway 12. Oh, they even, so they did take the correct intersection, but they lined up the wrong runway. Oh my god. Oof. Ouch. Okay, so that's another thing, right? How to mitigate this? Look at your heading bug. Make sure that you're heading So not heading bucket, but the heading of the nav display. Make sure the heading shows in the correct direction, right? There's a training flight as well. Blimey. Hey, Tail West. How was your Munich stay? Did you enjoy Munich? And did you go to Salzburg? You didn't go to Outer Ingolstadt, did you? Oh, so you went shopping, did you? Yeah, the weather must have been beautiful. Yeah. Ah, finally out of the cloud. Oh, we can actually see the ground here as well. Nice. The weather is improving. Beautiful. Oh, Tail West, did you hear my my call with JSnap? So I tried again to get the failures working, and it don't work at the moment. So it seems like either the last X-Plane update or the last TOLUS update broke that.
Ladies and gentlemen.
One stay, thank you much for the half year. Thank you.
Experience. New subscribers should now pick up their pass to first class. Thank you.
Yeah, so I just can't get it working. I can't get the synchronization. I did set the button on the hardware regarding shared flight to synchronize the failure. Doesn't work. So he said, well, he was a bit ill, but he said he's going to look into it this week. Hopefully we'll get it sorted. Because I have some candidates that are already extremely experienced in shared flight, or flying, let's say, the A320. That you know, we could embark with some failures at some time, go the next level. And then maybe we can do a flight together again sometime. Then maybe I can give you a failure or two. Oh no, I was afraid of that. Actually, you know what, Mark said he really wants to fly shared flight and try out really complicated scenario. Yeah, he's all for it. He can't wait. Yes, please do so, Jenny. 100%. Linienpilot, gute wie? We have, how much time do we have left? We've got about 50 minutes left. Okay, so not too bad. Now, I really do hope that the weather improves some more because, again, the Andes, it's just so beautiful to look at. I'm sure that here in Microsoft, it would be nice to see as well. Yeah. The second flight, let me make the flight plan for it. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me calculate that. That was from there, and the second flight is, I think it's about an hour 30. An hour 30. I could give you the routing if you like. No, I've never been to the Caribbean. No, no. So since my airline is not really a typical touristic airline, I've never been there. No. So we'll generate the flight. Oh no, hang on. It goes if you got to work tomorrow or something, or you got important school stuff going on. Then I don't want to be at fault for you not being awake tomorrow. It's holiday. Thank God for that. Thank God for holidays, all right. Let's look pinned here. So let's do airport. Let's get rid of that. So we just need parking spots. Where's cargo? Where's the cargo aprons? Hold on. Parking spots, parking spots, parking spots. Hold on. That is the airport info, right? Continued. No. Is there a way? Can I use some? Can I use some?
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience.
Probably not, right? I can't use the Lido charts here. 40 to 50. Oh, there we. Hang on. 40 to 50. Apron.
Hello, Black Box
Hello.
friends.
hello. Sim Caesar coming as 79 months. Big shout out to Sim Caesar. Caesar, how have you been? How's life and how's your streaming going? Big shout out, guys. If you don't know Sim Caesar, check out his channel on Twitch, please. No, it's all right now. I've got the whole airport overview now. I was missing that. Now is it this chart then? Yeah, it is this chart. And then parking spots. So it's down here, apron 8. So down here's the cargo, is it? Doesn't specify it, but there we go. Okay, believe so. Cool. Alrighty. But then Ghost, I mean, if you have if you can on the leader charts, if it says somewhere where we can park for cargo, then I would appreciate an input. Right, over the pampa. And I'm happy to see it's clearing up now. Very cool. I'm gonna get terrain on here. There we go. Okay, apron 8, fantastic. Thank you very much. Let's have a look here at the scenery. Nice. So the Andes here, as beautiful as they are, they could cause a lot of turbulence. So the real issue is the fact that you are descending close to terrain. And so let's say you have a lot of wind from the east. That can cause these lee waves with these rotors, and you could have really heavy turbulence there on this side, so on the western side. And let me quickly check the the routing here. And let's put this to plan mode. Data on. So let's step through this. Here we've got Umcal 240 above. Then we've got Lausanne 180 above, correct. Then we've got Echo Lima 449 between 140 and 170, correct. Then we've got SAFEL max 250 and speed max speed 250, flat level 110 or above. And then we're getting to altitudes. So we got Ugola 8,000 above. And then Echo Lima 220, 7,000 above, Pumar 6.5 and above. So that's all correctly programmed. And then we're going to go into the RMP Yankee approach. So Puma to Tegep, and then Tegep we want to be at 5,000. Next one is Nectar 4,400 above. Then we step descent down past Nectar down to Ilkos 3,700. Which is good, and then we've got Ates at 3,000 at. Now it says 3,000 above. Now I'm going to put this at least to 3,000 at. So I think once 170, 3,000 exactly. I just want the path to be correct there at 3,000, and then final descent is 3 degrees down. The distance is 4 miles to the missed approach point, runway 17 left, and then the missed approach is 99,138 Pulki Isilo 6,000 above to Tegep. Yeah, all correctly programmed. Fantastic. Cool. That adds up very nicely. So we want to do a briefing before we start the descent. So we'll do all the preparations. We'll calculate the performance now. So let's go to landing performance, landing en route, not dispatch, en route it is. And we're going to land 17 left. The weather 210 at 8, 17 degrees, 1022. Air conditioning on, anti-ice not required. And the landing weight will be around, let's put 235 tons here. So speed will be about 150 or 142. Well, we can do it. We can do a flap 25 today. I don't think we need to 30. The runway should be long enough. The only thing, let me check the elevation here. 1,500 feet. No, that's not high at all. So that's fine as well. So let's do that. Let's calculate that with 3.5. Calculate. And we wanted to do the flaps. Oh, hang on, landing en route again. Flap 25, 235 tons. Auto brake 3. Reverser, anti-ice not required. Air conditioning on. And then calculate. So with the auto brake 3, it needs 2,400 meters. Flap 25 config, VREF 155 is fine. And so, yeah, we got enough buffer. The whole length is 3,700. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Maybe we could theoretically even go with auto brake 2, to be honest. Yeah, that's still got enough, more than 1,000 meter mode. Okay, so 25.2 it is. Apron 8, thank you much, 777 driver. Fantastic, thanks for checking. Wow, look at it. So here it's completely flat, but we can already see in the distance the mountains coming and the Andes coming up. Absolutely beautiful. Nice. Good, so we've briefed the arrival. The only thing to brief is that after landing, we'll vacate to the right. Pretty much we can go somewhere, yeah, at well, it depends on traffic, but Bravo or Alpha 1. And then we go to the apron 8. Perfect. You know, not much taxi time in, that's fine. Yeah, so specials, threats, any risks we have to mitigate. Terrain, obviously, right? I mean, that comes to mind immediately. So I think there's two things. So high terrain, and then, of course, energy management. So we've got to make sure that we don't get too high in the profile, because in the end, it's going to be difficult to get rid of that excess energy. So we're not going to be shy with the speed brakes today. We'll use it accordingly to get us down. And otherwise, yeah, missed approach, obviously, also terrain around the airport. That's a threat. But apart from that, yeah, energy management on descent is definitely something we have to look at. How's a rust at Lufthansa Cargo? Well, it can be all really weird stuff. I mean, I've even heard them having a 20 day around the world kind of roster. That looks beautiful. Hey, Captain Mitchell, and I'm really happy that we actually are getting beautiful weather now. Just makes it so scenic. Beautiful. Good. Alrighty, then we'll do the descent items. Flaps 25, auto brake 2. So we're going to check the notes on the checklist page. There is no notes to consider. We'll do a recall. Recall is checked. And then we do the descent checklist. Recall checked, notes checked, auto brake 2. Oh, the minimums. That's one thing I didn't brief. The minimums is 1880. All right, so landing data VREF 151, minimums bar 1880 feet. Approach briefing completed, descent checklist complete. So that's how you want to do it, really. All right, so maybe not 80 miles prior, but that's only 10 minutes. But you want to want to have done the briefing and the items and checklist before you start your descent here. Avimar, wie geht's? Hey, how you doing? Have you practiced a visual approach again? Because then next time, Aviomar, for the next flight that we're doing together, I have one more to kind of, flash you with, and that's a circling approach. So low-level circling approach. Oh, and one more trick, guys. If you plan to do visual approaches, what I recommend is setting a viewpoint. So what I have done, for example, is this kind of viewpoint, which gives you a viewpoint from the pilot seat, which is okay. But if you were to do a visual approach, especially let's say at Corfu, where you do a right-hand pattern, then you want to set up a viewpoint like this. So that way, when you're in the circling or in the pattern, and you look out, the right-hand side window, you will see the runway. Yeah. Because otherwise it makes it so difficult if you in the pattern and you look outside, but because of the bank angle, the runway is hidden here through the overhead panel, right? Yeah, Avimar did really well, yeah. So the only thing we messed up was the landing gear. So it's when you turn bays, it's gear down, and then flaps 3, and then flaps full if you do a flap full landing. Oh, you're too busy working and studying at the moment. No worries. Yeah, I mean, with X camera, you have the option to set a lot more viewpoints, right? Man, I'm honestly, I'm having flashbacks to my real world flying on the 747 here, and I have got goosebumps right now because this looks so realistic. And I remember just sitting here, just in awe, you know, seeing those volcanoes come up. So cool. Yeah, the panel is, again, it's the same, you know, good quality, and for that price, can't complain. It's oh, no, sorry. That was accidental with the cap. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. This is a good quality piece of hardware. I should move that push button somewhere else. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know, right? It's, yeah, I know it's an issue. Just beautiful. I just love those views. Let's get rid of that. Ah, beautiful. Hey, Organ Aviator, how are you doing? Nice to see you. I could sit here for hours, just look out the window. So I think this will probably be our obstacle that we have on the approach chart, on the star. So this one here, 22,731 feet. And so Umkal is just left of that. Hey, cargo pilot. Oh, you got to be back on the road. Oh, no. I'm so sorry, cargo pilot. I feel so sorry for you. You have to endure those traffic jams. Oh. Yeah, so nevertheless, stay positive. It will get better one day. Good, so we're coming up to top descent. So I'm going to dial in. I will dial in 6.5. And then I will let the autopilot do this. Oh, we've got approach. Nice. So we have ATIS right now. Santiago ATIS. 1022. Let me pre-dial that. 1022. And then we've got 17 degrees. And good visibility. Scattered 4,000. No sick. Expect the ILS Tango 17 left. Or RNF 17 right. Okay. Well, we can ask for the 17 left RNF as well. And we do want to land left because of the cargo apron at the end, right? Yeah, so cargo. Oh, one more question, cargo pilot. So I think a German live stream would be better for you. Because I think Dan was the first to get a German live stream slot, and then I think after that I've got you on the list. There's some good cities down there. Look at that. All right, let's dial in 6,500 here. So 6.5 is set 6,500. Yeah, cargo pilot, your choice. I'm not going to enforce anything on you, so you can let me know, German or English. I'm happy with both. Wow, look at this scenery. I did see another scenery airport for, it's, what's it called? South tip of Argentina. But the flight time there was obviously too long. Hey, Winky. Yeah, by the way, Winky, we got a shared flight in English coming up as well this Sunday. Feuerland, okay. Yeah, so, I mean, but I think the flight time down there from Santiago is like, is it like 4 hours or something? It's crazy long. Yes, Patagonia. Yeah, Patagonian. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Patagonia. Exactly. That's the one. Organivity working in version 2 of your performance calculator. I'm going 100% physics method, computer balancing the thrust. Oh, really? Sounds very, very interesting, Organ. No, cargo pilot. We'll do either English or German. That's a lot easier for everyone. Right, 20 miles to a drop. Then we're able to... let me put the approach control frequency 1297 already in here. 1297. This is something I need to... I don't know why hardware manufacturers haven't brought out a good RMP panel right now. Because I know WinWing, I'm in the process of making one. But this, like for VATSIM, it's just so important. Yeah, Winky, I'm glad you enjoy it. Yeah, I've got a lot of good feedback for this shared flight. And I've got lots of applications. A lot of people want to do shared flight with me. Yeah, touch screen. Yeah, I mean, if that's possible, yeah. Yeah, the Logitech, I have the Logitech radio panel, but sometimes for that, you got to have literally like SPAT Next running as well, and then it's a hit and miss sometimes to get it connected. And it doesn't have the 0.833 kilohertz spacing either, does it? So yeah, you've got to do a workaround to get that working. Yes, cargo pilot, we'll do so. Yeah, I'll give you a shout when we get close. There comes the terrain. Incredible. The next stream, I think Friday will be the next stream. Yeah, should be Friday. So Friday and then Sunday. Yeah, I mean, also, maybe I'm just thinking too simplistic, but I mean, you know, these panels that we have, right? They've got digital numbers in them. They've got rotary buttons and push buttons. And so, I mean, why is it so difficult to make a physical radio panel? I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. Yes, cargo pilot and gute Fahrt. Don't get distracted. Here we go. Top descent. And we are about to descend. There we go. There's the deviation pointer coming in. Oh, actually, one thing I didn't do, I should have increased the descent speed. Let's put this to 280. Indicated. Sack. Thrust. VNAV speed. Yeah, Plattdeutsch. No way. Then nobody will, unless you, well, you're the only one that would be able to understand anything. The rest will be like, what the hell is going on? Wow. The weird thing is, even in P3D, this looked so incredible. I guess I have to try and explain as well at some point with map enhancements. Oh, there's a cloud cover coming after the it's behind the mountains. Ah, that's a shame, but this looks beautiful. Right, speed, idle, VNAV path. And now, as I mentioned before, we have to check the energy management. Just make sure that we are keeping to these restrictions. So this point 240 or above. And it's so weird. I remember this so well. So the aircraft actually starts descending quite rapidly. And you're like, okay, so we're now descending quickly towards the terrain. Yes, 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 Avimar. Yeah, that's the one I have. Yeah. Well, Nate flies if you have those kind of, you know, that expertise knowledge to do that. GG's. Just unbelievable. I mean, I have to say, this is one of the things in Microsoft Flight Sim I just find so amazing. You know, you can actually live and kind of feel the beauty. I mean, like I said, I flew this IRL, and I remember this so vividly. And every time I was like speechless because it was just so beautiful. What do you mean, fish cup? So the thing is, I actually bought on Etsy. I bought one of those panels. It's a very basic radio management panel. But there's no drivers anywhere. It doesn't, even if I plug it into USB port, it doesn't recognize the system. So that was the you know, 50 euros down the drain. So okay, so for now we are still good on the path. Let me see when we have to contact the controller. I would say Umkal. So let me already put the frequency on. Santiago radar, good afternoon from Lufthansa Cargo 762 Heavy.
Lufthansa Cargo 762 Heavy, guten Tag. Radar contact descent flight level 240.
Guten Tag, and we are descending level 240, Lufthansa Cargo 762. This is what I love. I mean, it's just so nice to dial these things in and not having to go with a mouse, and it's just it.
Lufthansa Cargo 762, expect the Umcal 7 Charlie arrival for Arnav Yankee approach, runway 17 left.
Perfect. So we are expecting the Umcal 7 Charlie and then the Arnav Yankee 17 left. Thank you much, Lufthansa 762 Heavy. So we're just going to check the arrival here. There we go. So the Umcal 7 Charlie and the Yankee 17 left. Cool. As briefed. Fantastic. Wow. Okay. So you studied mechatronic and informatics. Well, I mean, but Fishcop, I mean, if you're able to do that, you could make so much money. You could probably live just of me buying stuff from you. So, I mean, look at this. This is just absolutely stunning. And again, just... So 240 above is fine. We're still on VNAV path. It's just beautiful. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Let me get full view here. That was a sound there. It seems like it comes from... Is it engines or ailerons or something? Little bug there. But, I mean, you get the idea, right? I mean... Sim sees that he can't decide if it's beautiful or terrifying. I feel you, but still, I mean, this is... To be honest, if you were in clouds, then I think it would be more terrifying. Oh, disregard, we're in VNAV altitude. So what we're going to do now is actually going to go and do some energy trading. Lufthansa 762 Heavy, standing by further descent.
Lufthansa 762, descent 8,000 feet on the arrival. Transition level is 110 and QNH 1022.
We'll descend via detransition down level 80 and QNH is 1022. Copy it, Lufthansa 762. Right, let's go level change here. And again, I'm going to do... So it should be idle, and I'm now increasing the speed again. So we're a bit high. Out comes the speed brakes. So we've got to dive down. Now you can see the terrain dropping off here, right? Now, you've got to be careful with level change. Obviously now, the aircraft doesn't respect the restrictions anymore. So be careful with that. So now I'm going to go back to VNAV. Idle, VNAV speed. Now the aircraft does respect those limitations. Now, I know there's airlines that do not allow you to dial in a lower altitude.
I need you to load the Suxa 2 Alpha arrival in your NCDU and expect the Arnav Zulu approach runway 17 right. Let me know when you have that done.
You said the Suxa 2 approach, correct?
From Suxa 2 Alpha arrival for Arnav Zulu approach on runway 17 right. I will write that.
So there we go, into the path, speed brakes closing. And we have the next restriction at Echo Lima 449, 170 down to 140. And transition is in
Santiago approach.
110.
Hello, Land Chile 462 is passing flight level 263.
No, the level change. If you go flight level change.
Land Chile 462.
So the flight level change is like selected open descent
Continue descent to flight level 120
in the Airbus.
on the Umcal 7 Charlie arrival.
Okay, we'll descend.
So now we're getting a bit high again in the approach, so
on the Umcal 7 Charlie arrival,
getting speed brakes back out.
Flight level 120, Land Chile 462.
because we have to make that restriction. That's a window, 170 down to 140. I mean, we're going to make the 170. I'm not worried about that, but, you know, overall path, we are getting a little bit high. Now, let me get speed intervention here. I'm going to start reducing speed here. Speed, VNAV path. There was a restriction anyway with the speed somewhere. Where was it? Yeah, here, SAFL, max 250 anyway. So it's a good point. Go back to 250 here.
Santiago radar, land Chile 456. Information echo, Buenos Aires.
And Chile 456, Santiago radar, guten Tag. Information echo is correct, KNH1022. When ready, descent flight level 240 on the
So let me put the lights on, seatbelts on, and then...
KNH1022. When ready, will descend flight level 240.
I don't know why we're high in the profile.
Thank you very much. Land Chile 456.
Now it's adding thrust. That doesn't really make sense, does it? We're a bit too fast. Now we're getting high again. That's what I meant. You really have to monitor your energy management here. So again, speed brakes out. We're too fast and too high. So we've got required 1.0 at the moment and actual 0.07. Both sides looking good. So we're good to shoot the RMP approach. Cleared down to 8,000 at Ugola. And then we need further clearance.
Santiago radar, KLM 1 for Tango Heavy, flight level 380.
Getting ready to get the altimeter. But we've still got 110 above here as a flight level. So we'll leave the 1013 in for now. Ah, beautiful.
KLM 1 for Tango, Santiago radar, guten Tag. Information echo is current, KNH1022. When ready, descent flight level 240, Umcal 7 Charlie arrival. Umcal 7 Charlie arrival, we have information echo, KNH1022, and descent to flight level 240.
So speed limit 265 for flaps 1. I'm going to put flaps 1 here, just add a bit of drag. Here's Suffer.
Land Chile 462, descent 8,000 feet, QNH1022, transition level 110.
And there we go, 110. Going to put this to standard.
Descent 8,000 feet,
I mean to QNH.
Level 110,
and then I'm going to read the approach checklist, altimeters, QNH 1022. Checked. That's the approach checklist complete. Lufthansa Cargo 762 Heavy is approaching Ubgola. Just confirm we're cleared for the approach.
Lufthansa Cargo 762 on the arrival. Continue descent 5,000 feet, and you're clear to the Arnav Yankee approach runway 17 left.
Continue descent 5,000. I cleared the Arnav Yankee 17 left. Lufthansa Cargo 762 Heavy. Thank you. Good. Okay, so we're going to descend 5,000 according to the profile. That means we are going to, adhere to all of these restrictions. And then we will start 5,000 TIG and again step down 44, 37, 3,000, and so on. Gonna go flaps. We got tailwind. Okay, flaps 5 it is. Just add a bit more drag. Trying to keep us on the profile here. I'm gonna have to start reducing speed as well. It's so beautiful. Absolutely amazing. Mark, I honestly, well, I mean, if you use vertical speed, then you have to dial in all of the restrictions each time. So 8,000, 7,000, 6.5. And then you would have to remember that you cleared down to 5,000. So I don't know, I'd rather use VNAV path and then you know, flaps and speed brakes accordingly. But I mean, you know, you could use vertical speed. It's not forbidden. It's just make sure you don't you know, you don't bust altitudes, and you don't bust speed restrictions and so on. So we've got 7,000 above, 6.5 above.
And Chile 456, passing Uncal, descend 8,000 feet on the arrival, QNH 1022, transition level 110.
For the TCAS.
Passing Uncal will descend to 8,000 feet on the arrival, QNH 1022, transition level 110, land Chile 456.
Yeah, I hope flight factor follows that and gets better with the VNAV. That looks just incredible.
And Land Chile 456, you have any preference runway 17 left or runway 17 right?
Beautiful.
We would prefer the ILS Tango 17 left if possible, land Chile 456.
No problem, expect the ILS Tango approach 17 left.
So we've got
the ILS Tango 17 left.
have a quick look here. TGAP 5,000. So we have one more restriction here, 6.5 Pumar, and then we could go down 5,000. And then again, we'll step down.
Tango question: would you like to use the gate KLM uses in real life?
Yeah, that will be possible for KLM of Tango.
Yeah, normally they use the Eco 5.
Well, that's weird because I didn't drop any
frames. For
frames.
you if you make the ILS Yankee
So drop frame 0. Right. It's weird that
we're all set for Yankee approach.
There was a freeze on Twitch then. That's strange.
And KLM 14 Tango after Uncal descent flight level 120 on the Uncal 7 Charlie arrival.
After Uncal descent.
So we start a bit tailwind. I'm going to put flaps 15 now. Again, just to help with the drag and help with the energy management. Love the cloud base here. Looking very nice. Man, the views. Beautiful. Hey, SAEZ. Flugzeit, hello. But it's okay now, the stream's alright. Because again, I did not lose any frames on OBS. So it must have been somewhere on Twitch then. So here's 5,000. I'm going to put down now 3,000 as a final altitude. Now this one doesn't have approach mode, okay? So you can't do an IAN approach, meaning we're going to fly this in LNAV, VNAV. So past 3,000, we're going to dial down the minimums, which is 1880. It's okay now, thank you. Thanks for the feedback. Oh, look at the clouds. How beautiful. There's the airport. Nice. And the elevation was 1,500 feet, round about.
And Chile 462 on the arrival, descend 5,000 feet, clear Tarnav Yankee approach runway 17 left.
On the arrival, please descend 5,000 feet and we are cleared for the Tarnav Yankee approach 17 left, thank you.
Lufthansa Cargo 762 heavy, wind 210 degrees, 8 knots, runway 17 left, clear to land.
17 left, clear to land, thank you. And QNH, can you confirm the latest QNH again for Lufthansa 762 heavy?
Of course, QNH is 1022.
Thank you, 1022 copied, and cleared land, Lufthansa Cargo 762. So here we go with ATES 3000. That's the important thing initially now. Although, I mean, we can go dial it down to 1880 now. There we go. So the cool thing is, it does in auto mode, it does dial in the minimums, 1880. And another very important thing is on VNAV path, once we are 300 below the misapproach altitude, so actually we could do it right now, we can dial up the misapproach altitude, which is 6,000. And there we go, 6,000 misapproach altitude set. Gonna wait for the 2,000. There we go. So let me put auto thrust off and gear down. Here comes the landing gear, flaps 20. Flaps 20. And flaps 25. And we're going to add 5 knots, 156. The speed brakes. Speed brakes armed. And then one more checklist to read, which is the landing checklist. Landing checklist complete. Clear to land.
On Chile's 462, you're below the minimum safety altitude. You should maintain the arrival restrictions. Maintain visual reference with the ground and continue your approach runway 17 left.
Yes, we just saw that we are visual to the terrain and we continue from here on. I'm sorry, land Chile 462.
Yeah, you should cross Pumar at 6,500, but you can continue now your approach.
So on path to white to red.
Yes, continue approach, land Chile 462.
It's checked. So 165 knots should be around 850 feet per minute descent rate to stay on the path. A bit fast, so let's correct that. So the pitch is around 2 degrees, looking good. Alright, flight directors off. And the right hand on again.
Santiago radar, good evening, Lufthansa 693.
Sync rate.
Passing flight level 257, descending 240 inbound Umkal.
Lufthansa 693, guten Tag, radar contact.
Continue.
On the Umkal 7 Charlie arrival, descend 8,000 feet, QNH 1022, transition level 110.
On the Umkal 7 Charlie, descending altitude 8,000 feet, transition level 110, QNH 1022, and we have information echo Lufthansa 693 heavy.
50.
Lufthansa 693 heavy affirmative, and confirm which runway would you prefer, runway 17 left or right?
We would prefer 17 left, ILS Tango. Lufthansa
Speed brakes up.
heavy.
Reverse and
Roger,
normal.
expect the ILS Tango approach, runway 17 left.
I paid for the whole touchdown zone, so I used the whole touchdown
Tango
zone.
17 left, Lufthansa 693.
Simple as that.
Chile 456, descend 5,000
It's
feet
close to
on the arrival.
reverses. And we'll take the next one to the
Descending
right.
to 5,000 feet on the arrival, land Chile 456.
KLM 14 Tango, descend 8,000 feet.
Descend to 8,000 feet and QNH still 102,
Manual brakes.
KLM 1 Tango.
Affirmative, QNH 1022, transition level 110.
Yeah, roger that, KLM 1 Tango, thank you.
So here's Alpha 1. And Lufthansa Cargo 762 Heavy will vacate via Alpha 1.
Lufthansa Cargo 762 Heavy, welcome to Santiago, taxi Alpha 1, November, Kilo, Cargo Apron 43.
Alpha 1, November Kilo Cargo Apron 43. Thank you, Lufthansa Cargo 762 Heavy. So here off, and then we'll have a look at the 43 parking spot. I'm going to put that in here. Tight turn, so hard
Please
to...
confirm QNH for Land Chile 462.
Oh, nice, GG's.
Land Chile 462, wind 210 degrees, 8 knots.
So November, then Kilo,
22,
and
runway
43.
17 left, clear to land.
Runway 17 left, clear to land in QNH 1022. Thank you, Land Chile 462.
Parking. Is it this one here? No. Let's try again. Where do I find parking? 43.
Good evening and great landing.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the flowers. So Kilo is here. Got to turn.
Chile 456, clear.
So 43 is one of the first ones here.
Cleared ILS Tango approach.
But I want to get the got the flaps up. And let me get GSX again. So the question is, where do I find 43? Ah, I found it. Cool. We'll use Land Chile. So there we go. 43. That's... Oh, it's 43. We're already there. And there's our equipment. Yeah, the landing was a bit floaty. I did float a bit too long for my liking. But, I mean, it's one of those things with PMDG. Although, I mean, you can slam it. You know, it's not really an excuse, is it? So let's do that. That radar is off. TCAS. So where's my... Oh, hang on, there we go. I was just about to complain that we don't have a ramp agent showing us, but we've got a docking system. The physics, it's okay, but it's better in X-plane. Let's put it this way.
Approach 17 right.
Descent to 5,000 feet, cleared cross Temus at 6,500 feet and cleared RMP Yankee approach runway 17 right, KLM 1 for Tango.
Lol. Gotta love this. Parker brake set APU. Let's have a look. What's my APU doing? Oh, I didn't start it, did I? Oh. Gonna have a word with the first officer. $172, yeah, I mean, but again, that was really floaty. Who flew the 747 here? Or was, oh, that's scenery, isn't it? Yeah, that's not VATSIM aircraft. Man, it looks beautiful. So come on, 38%. Test. Let's ask when you prefer 777. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, so it's always. I'm gonna have to do a flight on X-plane at some point here to Santiago, de Chile, to have a comparison, you know, with the flat vector map enhancements. Then we have a clear comparison. But right now, visually, incredible. That was a beautiful flight. APU is running, fantastic. So shut down items. Fuel flow 0, fantastic.
Land Chile 462, welcome to Santiago. Taxi right Alpha, Echo, gate Delta 3.
Right Alpha, Echo, Delta 3 for Land Chile 462, thank you.
Okay.
Oh no, you were the guy that does not have the scenery. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
So we're gonna go with shutdown checklist,
16,
parking brake,
taxi,
or
November
shocks. Or actually,
Kilo
parking
for
brake
short golf.
is
November
set.
Kilo should have called for
So
gate
shutdown
16.
checklist
Thank you very
complete.
much.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and Chile.
Cool.
Chile 46.
We are doing one more flight.
Chile 456.
So we're gonna fly.
Degrees, 8 knots, runway 17 left, clear to land.
Runway 17 left, clear to land.
So disarm all the
456.
doors. Open all. Request all. Fantastic. And yeah, we're going to fly from here. Also in Microsoft 2024 with the iFly 737 Max. And we're going to fly to... I always want to say Lollipop, but it's not Lollipop. It's... Monopoly. Almost Monopoly. Sierra Charlie Papa Quebec.
Station caller, what is your call sign again, please?
Windmill 6674.
Nice windmill.
Windmill 674, bonjour, radar contact descend on the Uncal 7 Charlie, arrival 8,000
The scenery is also
feet,
nice. This is Latin VFR, I think. Latin VFR.
Descend via Uncal.
Hey, Jehu,
arrival
thank you.
8,000 feet.
Have a good flight as well. They're going to Munich. Nice.
Windmill 674, affirmative. Confirm if it's okay for ILS Yankee runway 17 right for you.
I program the ILS Tango 17 left. If it's okay for you.
Yes, wonderful. Expect the ILS Tango approach on runway 17 left.
Beautiful.
Expect the ILS 17 left Tango approach. We will see 74.
Nice. Excellent. Cool.
Lufthansa 693 Heavy, we are now inbound Echo Lima 220.
And MAN also arriving.
Lufthansa 693 Heavy, continue descent 5,000 feet.
Guys,
Cleared ILS.
I'm going to do the following. I'm going to quickly
runway 17 left.
start the new stream. It'll take about only 1 minute. Okay, so no outro, no intro. And then we're going to go into the 737 and watch the other colleagues land. And then we can prepare, but still watch the other wonderful people landing. So 2 minutes, and I will be back.